What's going on, lads and lasses? Welcome back to 100% Mags. So, of course, this is your match reaction to the Bournemouth Newcastle game down at the Vitality Stadium. And, of course, Bournemouth coming away 1-1 against Newcastle, of course. And I've got to say, we put in a really good game. I've got to give it to Eddie Howe and the lads that put in a really good game. We were dominating the game for quite a bit of the first half, and then for about the last 15 to half time, Bournemouth took over. Bournemouth, of course, getting themselves right in there on the 37th minute mark to score the opening goal of the game. Pretty much, like I say, getting themselves a little bit more of a foothold in the minutes leading up to half time, and they took the lead. Unfortunate for us, of course. But like I say, there was a lot of pushing, shoving, and not much, football from Bournemouth in the game. They were more focused on trying to disrupt the flow of the game, trying to, cause fights a lot as well. We're seeing this with Southampton on the opening day at St James's Park. They were doing a similar approach. Is this what we're going to maybe see this season from teams that come up against we? Or we're going to see, the teams looking to play more of a mind game, a more physical mindset with we? Going into the game trying to cause fights with we instead of playing football. Because that's what it seemed like, today, again, similar to the Southampton game. Or maybe it's just a South Coast thing, both clubs coming from the South Coast, both of them doing the same similar tactics as each other. Obviously, Iola must have watched the Southampton game, seen how it worked for them. Obviously, they ended up coming out way on the end of a defeat, Southampton. But I've got to say, it wasn't a very attractive game from Bournemouth, the way they were approaching it. We, like I said, had some really good performances until the minutes leading up to half-time. Bournemouth took over. Second half will come out. We'll get a little bit more of a foothold into it. But it really came alight for when, we're seeing the likes of Lewis Hall coming into the game. Joe Willock coming into the game. As soon as them two lads came on, it just seemed as though, the game picked up a bit more in the second half for we. We seemed to get a little bit more chances. They were only on the field a matter of minutes, and we were immediately in there almost scoring the equalising goal. And then, we're seeing Harvey Barnes get the assist for Anthony Gordon. A lovely goal by Anthony Gordon, by the way, to catch it right at the back post and get it in the back of the net. Really chuffed for Anthony Gordon to get his first goal of the season. Really chuffed for Harvey Barnes to get himself an assist as well on the end of that. And hopefully, we don't see this mindset what we've seen from Southampton and from Bournemouth now, for the rest of the games this season, because it's really getting beyond a joke already. We're only 2 games into the Premier League season, and we've already seen 2 teams focusing more on trying to start fights with Newcastle than actually playing a game of football against we. Some brilliant moments in the game as well, which could have maybe seen us win the game. Bournemouth almost won the game until, of course, their goal was disallowed for handball when it was Dango Quintera, I believe it is pronounced. Sorry if I might have butchered his name there. But he scored a stoppage goal for Bournemouth, only for it to be disallowed because the ball came in. It hit his hand, and, of course, that was it. It was a disallowed goal. Even if it hadn't have been a handball, it should have been disallowed. When you look at it back on the VAR and you see that Joe Linton was just in front of Dango and he was pulled down by the Bournemouth player, stopping Joe Linton from getting up in the air to actually be able to clear the ball away. So looking at it from that aspect as well, if it wasn't a handball, for me, it would have been disallowed on that grounds as well. There was a chance for us to win the game. Joe Linton, brilliant header saved by Neto. A brilliant header by Dan Burn as well, which was cleared off the line. And then there was a fantastic shot by Bruno as well from outside the box, which Neto pulled off a really good save, I've got to say. And if that had went in by Bruno, you know, that would have seen us win the game. But it is what it is. We'll look at the Premier League table, of course, and after 2 games played, it's 1 win, 1 draw, so that means that we've got 4 points out of a possible 6 points from the first 2 games of the season, and that means Bournemouth have got 2 draws already, 2 points out of a possible 6 points, so they are yet to pick up a win this season. Bournemouth, they're still in the look for their first win of this campaign. But let us know your thoughts anyway down in the comments below. As always, remember to hit like, share, subscribe to the channel. Let us know your thoughts on the game as well. Did you think, you know, Bournemouth were a little bit dirty in this game? What did you think of, you know, the way they played? What did you think of the way we played in the game as well? And I've got to say, I wasn't that impressed neither by Bournemouth's new striker, Evangelson. He missed an absolute golden opportunity to extend Bournemouth's lead in the second half. And it was a goal that you would have seen, you know, Isak definitely put away. So I wasn't at all impressed with their new striker up top for them. But let us know your thoughts anyway down in the comments below. As always, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next one. However, lads.